Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome back to the channel Bookables. Today I have another big old book haul for you. I do one of these every couple months because, as always, I just buy too many books. I will say this season in particular, it's not even halfway over. There's a lot of new releases that I'm very excited for that I've bought. So yeah, I have a stack of books that I have bought, and then I have a stack of books that I received from publishers. So let's just get into it because we got a lot. I'm going to start with the books I bought. The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. Of course, I had to buy this because we all know Gilmore Girls is my favorite show of all time. I love and adore it. And Kelly Bishop, who plays Emily Gilmore in the show, has written her own book, and it's about her life. And apparently she was on Broadway and a chorus line, all that stuff. And I'm very excited to read it. I haven't yet. I want to try to listen to the audiobook, but I just... I would love to listen to audiobooks, I really would, but the kids control what I listen to all the time. But basically, it has a whole bunch of pictures of Gilmore Girls, and then it's about her life. So I am so excited to read this, like so excited. Next up, I bought Unbearably Yours by Elodie Colliard, which I have already read. This is a really cute fall type of romance book about two characters named Charlie and Oliver who meet when they are freshmen in college. They become pen pals as part of a program, so they never really meet face to face. They only literally handwrite notes to each other, and they write it over a year. They pretty much fall in love. They were supposed to meet up, and Oliver never shows. So now it's years later. Charlie is a journalist, and she has to be assigned to do this documentary shooting in like this rainforest in British Columbia near fall time to look for these bears. And who should be the tour guide but Oliver? And she's like, crap, man, where were you years ago? We were supposed to meet. I loved you. What happened? And he's like, well, I still love you. And so it's about their kind of second chance romance. Super cute, small town vibes, very fallish. Campfire, forest, bears, like so cute. I really enjoyed it and would recommend it. I saw this on NetGalley, and of course I had to buy it because the cover is, it's fall. I will buy a book with fall on it, we all know. So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison, her newest release that I have read and I did not like whatsoever. It's about vampires. We know I like vampires. I'm a girl that likes Gilmore Girls in fall, but I'm also a girl that loves Buffy and vampires. This is about a character named Sloane, who's turning 36, which is very weird because I read this literally the week of me turning 36, which I found just so odd. But she's not in a good marriage. Her husband cheats on her often, but he surprises her for his birthday to send her away for like 3 nights with her best friend Naomi. And so she goes, and Naomi meets a group of characters, vampires, and then they become vampires. And it's really bloody and gory, and I didn't like this, not for that. I didn't like it because the friendship. Naomi was the worst. She cared about herself and herself only, and I just did not like that whatsoever. So take this review with a grain of salt. I didn't enjoy it, which is a shame because I really enjoy most of Rachel Harrison's books. I really do. Then I bought, just because I just wanted to, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I read this last year because I saw this on cover in NetGalley, and I was like, you're telling me there's a cover that looks like just fall and it's written by somebody with the last name Gilmore? Like, shut up. And I read it, I liked it, it was okay. But then I was like, you know what? I'm a sucker for fall covers, so I will buy you. And so I did. This one's about a character named Jenny who inherits her aunt's pumpkin spice cafe, and it's all set in this little small town called Dream Harbor, and it's basically all about that. Has some spice in it. It's super cute. I bought it. But then I learned there was a sequel coming out called The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I was like, hell freaking yeah. Like, yeah, I want to continue on with this series. Like, it's got a bookstore, and it's got cinnamon buns, a cat going inside of it. Like, take me here. So this one's about a character named Hazel and a guy named Noah, and it's Dream Harbor. I don't know. I don't care. But if these aren't the freaking fallish covers I've ever seen in my life, I don't know what is. I had to own them, and I had to buy them. I do know she's coming out with a Christmas one and a spring one that's like a strawberry pancake. So she'll only bake it on seasonal reads? Absolutely. But guess what? There are seasonal people out there like me that will read the crap out of them. I also bought Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This is the sequel to Wild Love, and fun fact about this series, it's a small town series taking place in Rose Hill, and it's all about single dads. So this one follows a character named Weston, who was in the first book a lot, and he meets a very famous pop star named Skylar. He is divorced and has 2 kids. He's trying to figure out how she fits in his life. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it's really cute, so I really enjoy a lot of Elsie Silver's books, honestly. Then, of course, I had to buy Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. This is the sequel to The House by the Cerulean Sea. I have not read this yet. You ever have that time where right now I'm having this problem, and please tell me I'm not alone. I have this amazing stack of books and I'm really excited for all of them, but I get overwhelmed looking at them because I'm like, I'm like, are my expectations too high? Am I gonna hate all of them? Which one do I start with? Which one do I, you know what I'm saying? I get overwhelmed looking at them with like just the sheer amount of pressure I'm putting on them and the sheer amount of just excitement, but I'm like afraid to also touch them. Does that make any sense? Anyway, that's why I haven't started this yet, is because of that. Like all of these books, take this one, this one, this one, and more books. I'll show you my stack, the ones that I'm like really overwhelmed by, and I'm like, which one should I read first? Maybe you can help me out there. But either way, if you haven't read this first book in the series, you need to. Cozy fantasy, perfect time, just, oh, I'm so excited. Speaking of another one that I'm very, very overwhelmed and very excited about is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I've heard amazing things about this one. Again, cozy fantasy. That is all I know about it. I don't want to know anything else other than it sweeps readers into a world of mere horses, illegal spells, and first love. It's as comforting as homemade jam on a fresh baked muffin. Freaking yes. Purple end pages, like, I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. Randomly, I bought A Sorcerer Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I've heard a lot about this author, haven't read any single book by her. Should I start with this one? Should I not? Either way, this drew me. It just sounds kind of spooky. I think it's about a girl that's mother is like a witch or something of that regard. I know she's written, yeah, Nettle and Bone, What Moves the Dead, A House with Good Bones, What Feasts at Night. So let me know where I should start with her, because I would like to read her somewhat soon. Then we have one I have read, and that is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Roll. I owned this years ago, lent it out, never saw it again, so that's a fair warning. Don't give your books to people. And so I was like, I refer to it every single fall. I talk about it every single fall. I like to reread it every single fall. So I was like, I need to buy my own copy again. So if you don't know, this is a YA graphic novel about two characters that work at this pumpkin stand, pumpkin farm or something I should say. It's huge. It's got like a corn maze, a caramel apple stand, hayride, pie stop, s'mores pit, a pumpkin bomb stand, a haunted hacienda. Like, it is amazing. Like, if you don't read anything else for fallish vibes, read this. Trust me, it's amazing. So bought The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. She wrote The Last Thing He Told Me, which I read a couple years ago, and it was very, very big. It came out with a show. Have I watched it? No. And I really did not like that book because it was mismarketed. It was marketed as a mystery thriller, and it was not. It was more of a women's fiction. So I thought I would give this one a try because this is also being marketed as a mystery thriller. It's this estranged siblings discover their father has been keeping a secret for more than 50 years, one that may have been fatal. So I'm going to go into this one knowing it's probably more women's fiction with a hint of mystery thriller, and see if my opinions change on this author. That's strictly why. I just want to see. That makes sense? I don't know. The next one I bought, again, because of the cover. I haven't read it yet. Given Our History by Kristen J. Miller. It's about two characters that fall in love. I think they break up. Second chance romance because they both end up being professors at this college. And I tell you what, if it's not set in fall, I'm going to be pissed. That is all. Then I bought Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. I have not read her first book, but this is about two characters, two rival musicians fight their attractions as they compete for center stage. And I was like, that sounds super interesting to me. I don't know when I'll have time to read this, but I own it. So those are all the books I bought. Moving into the books I received from publishers, which is quite a bit, I will say. Stuff from St. Martin's is How to Help a Hungry Werewolf by Charlotte Stein. I saw this on NetGalley. I was like, this is intriguing. I'm not expecting much from it other than like a witch and werewolf falling in love. It says What We Do in the Shadows meets the small town feel of Gilmore Girls in a swoon-worthy romance from the Queen of Delicious Pining. So I'm not expecting much from it, from just a spooky, cute Halloween time. And that's all I want from it. Then I also received The Chamber by Will Dean. He wrote one of my favorite thrillers of all time last year called The One. I have yet to read this one because, again, overwhelmed. Again, also, the reviews are not the best on this one, and I think this one scares me more than anything because it's about characters that are inside a hyperbaric chamber, and they have like time is ticking and they find someone dead and they can't get out because they're in a hyperbaric chamber, and it's very like claustrophobic, and I am very claustrophobic. I think a lot of people are. So this scares the crap out of me just reading the synopsis, which is why I probably haven't read the book, because I'm probably going to have a freaking panic attack maybe while reading it. So I don't know. Then I got sent Paula Hawkins' new book, The Blue Hour. If you don't know, she wrote The Girl in the Train, which was the very first thriller I ever read, and it still holds a dear place in my heart for being the first thriller, and I still really enjoy it. I read her second one, couldn't tell you what it was about because I didn't like it at all. I forget what it was about. It's fictional. It's inspired by the parts of Scottish West Coast where a walk on the desert beach might yield a number of discoveries, both beautiful and how do you say it? Macrame? Macrame. But I don't know much about it. An island, a shocking discovery. I don't want to know because I want to go into it blind because I do hope for the best with this one. But either way, I'm pretty excited about it. Then I have a Christmas book. This is from Sourcefire, and it's all the Jingle Ladies. Like on the single ladies, but all the Jingle Ladies. I get you. I don't know much about it. It's holiday-ish, that's all I need to know about it. So we'll have to see if I read this one. Oh, forgot. I did have 3 more books that I bought, so I'm going to go through this quickly. Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. My husband actually got this for my birthday because I have the Puffin and Bloom of Little Women, so he thought I really would like this one, and I still need to read Anne of Green Gables, which I'm very excited about. So my dear husband's amazing. And then I also bought Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. It's one of my favorite YA contemporaries. I did read the sequel to it recently. Did not like it whatsoever, and it's kind of less than my love for this one. But if you just want a good YA, like rom-com type of book, I would highly recommend this one. And then the last one I did truly buy is The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand. I bought this one a couple months ago, hoping I would read it before the show came out, which I've still yet to watch, but she a thick one, so I might have to save it for summer. If you don't know, I think it's about a couple that's about to get married, and then a discovery happens on the beach. It's all set in Nantucket, so it's like a summery thriller, so I am excited for it. And the last stack of books I have from my good friends at Berkeley, who are always so amazing, I have The Royal Upstairs by Karina Hall. I thought that she wrote this other one called The Royal something, so I'll have to figure that out. But either way, it's about he's the royal bodyguard, she's the royal nanny, the annoying hot attraction simmering between them. That's a royal pain, so super cute. Then I have one I have read already, and that is My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. This is the sequel to My Roommate is a Vampire. It's just a spicy vampire, fantastic time. Not really in depth. It's about a character named Reggie, who's a vampire who meets an accountant, and they fake date. She learns he's a vampire. ... You get it. I enjoy them. Then I have No One Does It Like You by Katie Shepard, and I don't know anything about this book. It's about love and second chances. College sweethearts reunite to restore more than just old in this new romance. That sounds super cute. I need to get up on that. And then one that I would like to try to read before Halloween. We'll see. It's called Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe. As you can tell, there's Bigfoot behind there. And it says the hardest thing for a paranormal conspiracy theorist and a web series producer to believe in is finding love. So they'll believe in Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster, but not love. It sounds cute for Halloween. So there you have my huge book haul. So I think when I told you guys about the books that I'm very, very overwhelmed with reading right now, like which one should I start with, I will show you the stack that really I would like to read somewhat soon, but I'm just overwhelmed by the possibilities of them, I guess you could say. These right here. I have The Spell Shop, Beyond the Sea, The Cinema Bookstore, The Third Gilmore Girl, and those 2 new thrillers. So which one should I start with? You let me know. Here they are up close. Let me know. Like these are the ones that I really would like to get to ASAP, but again, I'm overwhelmed with the possibilities of them. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. But yeah, either way, if you've read any of these books, please help a girl out. Let me know if I should read them or should not. Let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.